Hey agents, welcome back to Prime Tips. This time we're talking about charging and how you can be really bad at it, but benefit from sucking at charging. I know that seems kind of counterintuitive, but there is a method to the madness. So, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to look at making AP with charging? Well, it's a good idea that you can generate AP when you can't get out and play. So in the United States where I live, it's about ready to start getting into winter time. So there's going to be snow and sleet and it's going to be cold. And that means I'm probably not going to get out and play much. I'll get out and get my daily hack in, but I may not do a lot of playing. So to generate AP, I can do a lot of charging and generate the AP. And the other thing is you got to charge anyway. So you might as well make the most of it. So if you're, holding a bunch of keys for an operation, or you have keys for hardened portals that are closed for the winter, or you're not going to be able to get to, and you want to make sure you keep them charged, you're going to have to charge it anyway. So you might as well make the most AP out of it while you can. So how do you go about doing this? Well, one of the things you want to probably do is let as many portals decay as much as possible. Now, don't let them decay enough that you're going to lose a resonator off the portal, but you don't want that to happen. But let them decay until you can charge as many of them at one time as you can. So if you're using an apex, which we'll talk about next, you get the most out of that apex. So keep in mind that they're going to decay about 15% per day, and that should be on or about the time that that particular resonator was deployed. So you could possibly go back through the comms and activities and find out when those resonators are put on. If somebody else put them on, it might be really difficult to figure out, or you can just kind of watch it and see when it goes. So you can let them decay, keep an eye on them, and once you've got them all charged at about the same time, they're going to be kind of close to the same time that the decay and the level that they go down. As I mentioned, Apex. You want to throw an apex on there to double that AP because you're trying to get as much AP as possible. And apex is going to give you 30 minutes of charging. So you can do a lot of charging and generate a lot of AP in that 30 minutes. Last time I did this, I charged steadily for an hour, and it was in double AP and double AP because of apex. I made 509,000 AP in an hour, which is pretty good for not playing, for sitting at home. So the other thing is, if your portals are similar, you might be able to fine tune your charging. So the example that we're going to be looking at here, I'm dealing with portals that have all level 1 resonators. So I could figure out how many charges I got out of one, and maybe I made a minor change to the next one that I did, and maybe I got another charge. The idea is, you want to hit that charge button as often and as many times as possible. It's not about charging most efficiently and quickly. You probably want this to take time because if you're charging, you're scoring. So let's take a look at it.
Okay, this time we're going to be looking at charging and how to really suck at charging, but to be rewarded for it. Now, this is something that you might want to use, say, on a first Saturday when you're looking at making a lot of AP for charging. So we're going to look at the most efficient way and the least efficient way. And if you do it the least efficient way, of course, you'll get more AP out of it. So here we have a portal, and you'll notice that it's all level 1 resonators. It's about the same amount of charge on all of them. And then I have another portal that is pretty much the same amount of charge. So we're going to look at the best way to do it for efficiency, which is just use the boost charge all. One boost, they're all done.
Yeah, you notice that whenever you hit the boost charge all or the charge all, basically what it does is it gives that charge to all the resonators in the same proportion. So if I have enough in a single charge to take all 8 of those resonators to full with a boost, that's what happens when I hit the boost charge all. So again, that's something you probably want to do when you're in a hurry or an op or you're just maintaining, but not something if you want to generate a lot of AP. you probably want to do it a little differently.
55%.
Okay, so that's 130 AP. Now on this one, we'll do it the least efficient way. We'll go ahead and we'll put it, we'll fill it up with it. Level 8.
Now, notice that I didn't use a hypercube there. I'll mention here in a second in the video, but that I just needed to get enough to get it going. But if you're going to be doing a lot of charging and you have that apex running, you might want to consider using hypercubes, because that's less time that you have to go back and add with a cube to get more energy. So the less time that you're doing that, the more time you're charging.
They won't run out. So the idea is I want to get them as charged as possible and then charge them individually, because I'm going to get AP for every charge, whether that is a full charge or a partial charge on that resonator. So first I'll use the charge all.
Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged.
And that's pretty close. I might be able to get one more, but I didn't. So that's 4 charges. And then I'll go to each one.
Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator
And I'll charge each one individually.
Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged.
So that's 8 charges for that. So I got, what, 1,300 plus another 260. So I got 1,500 AP, a little bit more than that, for charging that one portal.
Now, you notice that I didn't go to each individual resonator and charge it a number of times. I did some refining, and we talked about refining because I had a bunch of them that were the same, and I found that, you know, if I did that with this particular setup and all of them being level 1s and the amount of charge that I was sending, I got the same number of charges. So that refining, I found out that I could actually get the same amount of charges and the same amount of AP in less time if I used the charge all and then did the individual. If I used the charge all for all of them, I only got that one last one, and I wouldn't get the extra 8, so I'd have been short 7. So that's the thing you're really looking for, is you want that charge that is just a little bit. So if I've got, you know, a 5% charge that is needed on that resonator, I want to do that individually and hit each one for 5% instead of hitting charge all and giving everything to all of them, and then I lose, you know, basically hitting that charge button 7 times and I lose that AP.
The most inefficient way. Again, if you go through and you do that on all of them, again, a very similar setup.
Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator recharged. Resonator
There you go.
recharged.
And again, if I really wanted to do this right, I'd probably throw an apex on, and I would double that. I'm in double right now, so I'm getting double the AP. So there you go. If you really want to suck at charging, you can actually benefit by doing so. Okay, this time we're going.
And you notice that that last one that I charged pretty quickly. Again, if you're using the apex, you want to run through it quickly. But one note, there's sometimes that you may, I just want to say, screw up the scanner. You know, if you're doing a lot of charging quickly, the scanner may eventually kind of bork on you and you won't be able to charge. I have found that you may just have to get out of that particular portal and come back in, and then it'll let you start charging. There are times when it gets so bad you have to reset the scanner itself. And, you know, that's rare. I didn't have to do that often, but if you're really going fast, you could run into a problem that the scanner can't keep up with you. So there you have it. Sucking at charging and selling at generating AP. It's a good thing to do if you want to generate the AP, if you got the time. And speaking of time, I hope I see you in the field sometime soon. So long, agents.